Hi, my name is Michael Wagner with Dynamax, and we're here with the 2026 DX3 34KD. The 34KD sits on the Freightliner M2106 Plus chassis. It's a relatively new chassis, came out a couple years ago with the modern upgrades for the Plus. It has a Cummins 8.9 liter, very easy to access. Now this engine here's got 360 horsepower with 1150 foot-pounds of torque. It'll pull 20,000 pounds. Some of the differences that you're going to see on this versus some of the other Freightliner chassis is one, the Cummins 9L, that 8.9 liter engine. A lot of the other Freightliners that you'll see on the market have the smaller 6.7 liter ISB. That's the engine we put in our Europa. The DX3 is the performance upgrade over that. Another thing that you'll see on the Freightliner S2 chassis, which is the competitor to the M2 chassis, is location of the fuel tanks. So on the Freightliner M2 that we have here in front of us, we have two 50-gallon saddlebags located up in the front in the cab of the chassis versus a 100-gallon single fuel tank in the rear on an S2 RV chassis. The advantage to having both up front here is for a couple things. One is driver convenience. You're able to fill these tanks simultaneously when you're at a fuel stop, and then also fill your DEF fuel all in one stop. You don't have to get out, drive around to a different spot where your DEF tank would be located at. Another thing that you'll see with the M2 chassis is just how it sits. You're going to sit a little bit higher. It's a traditional truck chassis versus an S2 RV chassis, which sits a little lower to the ground. The advantage of sitting higher, one is for safety. If you happen to be in a front end collision here, the engine is designed to drop straight on down. You're going to sit up higher than what the traffic would be sitting at. You're also going to have not as much of a transition between the cab itself and the rest of the coach. It's a relatively almost flush floor design. With having sitting a little bit higher, we're allowed to put in some bigger storage areas underneath, which gives us the availability for passenger storage. And you'll see that as we walk around the coach in a little bit. Also under the hood, you have the Allison 3200 transmission, which is a heavy-duty transmission that's great for hilly conditions. One of the upgrades we do to the chassis itself is we take out the leaf springs that come standard with the Freightliner chassis, and we add in the Bilstein shocks. These are gas-charged shocks that really help stabilize and improve the ride quality of this Freightliner M2106 chassis. This specific 34KD has what's called the blackout package, which is going to give you your black front grille, custom grille for Dynamax, black trim and bezels, black mirror. You're going to have black grab handle on the side of the coach, black handles for your baggage doors, and the impressive black wheels. The DX3 comes in two different cab configurations. You can have your cab over bunk like shown here, which is the majority of how our dealers will stock them. However, if you wanted a more aerodynamic look, we do have the non-cab over, which will give you some smaller cabinets in the front of the coach. Moving on over, we have our side view cameras. So we have left, right, rear, and hitch view cameras. These are great, especially when you're on a 36-foot, 8-inch coach bumper to bumper. This allows you to see all around you. So your hitch view is great because it'll point straight down at your hitch. Your rear view is going to be more of a horizon camera, and then your left and right cameras will be on as well. And you'll see that screen that's over on the dash. What's nice about that, it's not blinker activated, so you don't have to worry about losing your navigation in your navigation screen. That screen with your cameras will always be on. Moving on through, we've got our keyless entry, so we can just hit the pad and type that on in to lock or unlock your unit. We noted the black handle for the blackout package, but if you didn't have the blackout package, this would be a chrome piece here with a lit grab handle. Over here, new for 2026, it's going to be a larger TV. So now we have a 40-inch smart TV compared to our 32-inch smart TV for previous model years. As we go on through, again, pointing out the advantages to the M2 chassis. We've got a lot extra room for storage. So this here will be a partial pass-through storage. We do have some pass-through storage capability throughout the coach. So all of these now have low point drains on them, which some of our previous generations did not have. Again, those drains are great if you want to hose them out to get all that dirt and sand out of your unit. This here, again, this is going to be a nice partial pass-through area, great for tables and chairs. This is going to be your AquaHot 400D. So that is a standard feature that is on all Dynamax DX3s. This is your hydronic heating element. So this will heat both your water as well as the coach itself. So there are independent cozies located throughout the coach, similar to a heat register. This here is standard again on for the 400D. If you're looking for the engine preheat, that's on the 450, and that would be on the DynaQuest XL. This whole area too is heated by those AquaHot cozies, and then we've added extra insulation. This unit in particular has what's called the Explorer package. The Explorer package gives you a few upgrades when it comes to off-the-grid camping, and we'll go over those in just a minute. Next is going to be a pass-through storage area. This is great for fishing poles. You can throw some longer items in this unit here. Moving back, we've got a two-piece rear cap. Instead of going with a one giant rear piece fiberglass cap, we have it broken into two separate pieces. That in the event of if you get rear-ended. You don't have to take away the entire rear cap. You can just take away this bumper and that'll tear on away. You can replace that. It's a lot easier for a repair standpoint. One of the things you can also see that's new for 2026 are the rectangular style windows. And more on that when we head inside. They have some really cool features to them other than the fact that they look pretty cool. Down below is a 20,000 pound hitch. It's a 3-inch receiver on that. You will for 2026 also receive a sleeve reducer. So if you want to reduce that down to 2-inch hitch, it will come with that as well. New for 2026 was an addition after we go out and we camp in them, and we noticed that, hey, it'd be really nice to have this area lit up a little bit more, especially when we're hooking up our Toad. So we added a driver's side security light that's on the rear side. So there's a little switch that we'll be able to turn that on, and it really makes it a lot easier when you are towing your vehicle. Also standard on a DX3 is a rear rock guard. That'll just protect your coach from any of the rocks flipping on up, especially for your tow vehicle. The next bay in the rear is going to be the continuation of the pass-through storage area. The one next to it is going to be the wet bay. So we've got a lot going on in the wet bay. It's all very neatly labeled. Anything from your macerator pump, which will chop up any of the solids and discard that when you are dumping your black tank, to your fresh water tank fill, waste tank flush, cable if you're plugging in your cables. What's nice, we have these cargo and water pump and driver security lights on a wireless panel. Also on the inside of this, you'll notice your whole house filtration. We'll also have this bay is heated. So being heated for this bay is great because this is where your gray and your black tank are. Your freshwater tank is under your bed, but this is again controlled by your AquaHot panel. And last but not least, we have your power reel for your hose over there on the left-hand side. Next bay is going to consist of your hydraulic jack fluid for your jacks, as well as your Cummins Onan 8,000 watt diesel generator, which will be able to easily power your entire coach. Your next bay will be your power cord. That's your 50 amp power cord. It's on a power reel, so very easy. You don't have to pull that in manually. You can just press the button and bring that on in. That white little trap door is very handy, so you can drop the cord on through and close the storage door. The next bay is your battery bay. We have now enclosed the battery bay because all we use primarily is lithium batteries. Standard for a DX3 would be an AGM battery. However, most of our batteries that we've been installing are lithium batteries. Regardless, we don't need to keep that area vented anymore, so we close it on in. This one in particular has that Explorer package that I mentioned. So there's two 270 amp hour lithium batteries. They're low temperature lithium batteries, so they will be able to still work and discharge and accept the charge below freezing because they have built-in heaters. Over to the left and behind that, we'll stay on this one. Over to the left of those lithium batteries are going to be your chassis battery. And then to the left of that green is going to be your LiBIM. So what that is that will connect your house and your chassis batteries and help with your charging. The next bay on over is going to be more of a utility bay with our 3,000 watt Xantrex inverter on the left-hand side, followed by some wiring for a series of different things, including your solar, battery connections, and then over on the right is your surge guard protector. One of the things you'll find with a Dynamax product is the exceptional amount of extra little value and hidden value that you'll find throughout the coach. One of those right in front is this nice C-deck entry step treads. These are slip resistant and they give it a cool finished look rather than your traditional steps. So let's come on in and check the rest of this coach out. As we step inside the Dynamax DX3 34KD, we've got it set up with one of the other features for the Explorer package, which is our insulated cab curtain. This is really nice to partition the cab of the unit to the rest of the unit from both a privacy standpoint and from a comfort standpoint. You don't have to heat or cool the front of the cab. This will partition it off. It's just put on by Velcro, so it's very easy to add and to remove. And then if you need to gain access to the cab area, it's just a simple zipper to get on in. Now that I removed the Explorer package insulated cab curtain, you can see the rest of the coach on the inside. This again has the Freightliner M2 106 Plus chassis, which gives it some modern look on the dash. Click the link below for more information specifically on the DX3 chassis. There's a very lengthy video with our Freightliner rep, Dave Cloco, that'll talk you through how all of the buttons and everything works on the dash. As I mentioned, the DX3 can come in two different configurations. The non-cab over, which would be a smaller front cap that has small cabinets up in the front, or the popular cab over bunk. This cab over bunk is great even if you're not going to use it as a sleeping area because it gives you so much more storage. It's got the guardrail here if you do have some kids up there sleeping, as well as a really easy to use retractable ladder. One of our running changes for 2025 to the cab over bunk was adding this strutted area. So now you can put this up and not have to worry about hitting your head on the top of the cab over on the base of that bed. So that's very convenient there. Another thing, these are just, again, small little things, but they add up, is where we place our vents. So we place our vents on the other side of where our curtain track would be. And this is only doable because of our roof construction. Now our roof construction has a track that goes all the way on through and around like a racetrack, and it is foil lined, so there is no foam inside the roof. So if I turn the AC on, and you can take a look at this, you can see the foil line. If I turn that on, you won't have any of the white particles that will fall out of the vents, and it gives you much more cleaner, efficient air. So instead of insulating with the foam block insulation, we use the batted insulation, so a residential style insulation that you would see in your attic. So we put this on this side of the coach where these vents are, so if we've got someone up here sleeping, they can stay nice and cool. As we continue on our tour of our DX3 34KD, the one new feature that's very eye-catching and appealing is the rectangular windows. Mentioned that outside gives it a nice clean look, but inside it really cleans it up, and there's a lot of functionality to it. So with these new square windows, they have built-in blinds to them. So we're going to have a blackout blind, and you're going to have a screen, and if I wanted to open up the unit, I can still open it up similar to how we had it before. The 34KD also has some of the most comfortable furniture. This is a 3-person theater seat. It's going to be powered on the 2 outside seats, and it's going to be a manual on the middle seat, as well as this middle seat has armrest, built-in cup holders, and some charging capabilities. This theater seat has these removable tables, which is great if you wanted to eat, where we've got the TV directly right in front of us. These are powered theater seats. And this will go almost all the way on back. One of the other nice things about this theater seat is that you have an adjustable neck headrest. So you won't have to strain your neck as you watch TV. Above the theater seat, we have some extra storage. And then not only does this dinette give you lots of room to sit, you also have more storage underneath. These cushions are also, they do not have any foam. They have coils in it instead, so they won't wear down over time. So you can expect to sit in comfort for many years to come. This dinette will also turn into a bed, and there's a separate video for that. Click the link below for more information on how it does that. But it's very easy. This will just come off the wall a little bit, and this dinette will then turn into your dream bed. Over to the kitchen area. So the DX3 34KD was recently redesigned to accompany a larger shower as well as a pantry when we put the 15 cubic foot 12-volt refrigerator inside. However, you still have a very nice large kitchen area and flip-up counter extension. You have your TV directly across from your theater seat. There's a little latch here that will hold your TV from the TV door from opening. This will pop on out, and you've got plenty of storage back behind for pots, pans, and dishes. Underneath, lots of storage here as well. Kitchen drawers that are soft close on all three of them. This unit in particular comes with the all-electric package, which deletes the propane from the unit. So if you wanted to go with a propane unit, you can get a 3-burner gas cooktop right here. If not, you'll get the 2-burner induction cooktop. You also have the convection microwave that will also have your air fryer and a few extra great features such as convection bake, convection roast, all within this microwave. Up top, just more storage. Standard on a DX3 is going to be an 18 cubic foot Samsung refrigerator. We do have the option for a 15 cubic foot Norcold 12-volt compressor refrigerator. Either way, you get the pantry. In older configurations, if you had the 15 cubic foot 12-volt refrigerator, you would not get this pantry area, which I feel is very valuable. So again, we've got soft close on all of our pantry drawers, and we've got a smaller little pantry drawer down below. That is great just for extra storage. That's nice for spices, those type of things. This floor plan, you have your sink that's located outside of the main bathroom area, which is great for someone to get ready in the morning. You have a washer dryer. That is an option for this unit. So these are individual, so similar to your house, rather than a combo washer dryer. But the really awesome 2026 change is going to be the shower. Check this thing out. So we've got solid surface, 30 by 36 inch shower. That is just beautiful. All DX3s have a king size bed, and they're all fully walk aroundable. You've got very nice cedar lined wardrobes in the back. On this DX3, you'll have your TV that's also on a little latch there to keep this door from swinging open. And on the inside, you'll have a safe. Below your TV, we've got a Bose sound bar, and then tons of extra storage underneath for all your needs. One of the very nice features to the bedroom is having a dedicated AC just for this bedroom area, so you can keep it nice and cool. It's a 15,000 BTU air conditioner with the heat pump. In addition to your oversized lithium batteries, your insulated wet bay, as well as your insulated cab curtain, on the roof you'll find 1,000 watts of glass solar panels. That will really top off your batteries, your lithium batteries, and extend your length of your off-the-grid camping. Another really neat feature to the Dynamax DX3 is the roof integrated awnings. As you can see, it's a continuation of the fiberglass that comes off of the front cap. This awning is great because it's a dual pitch awning. There's no arms on it, so you're not going to bump your head into the side of one of the support struts. And it will shear the water off of it with being a dual pitch awning. Thanks so much for tuning in on this tour of the DX3 34KD. For more information, please check out our website at dynamaxcorp.com or contact your local dealer.